Welcome to the Buddhist Boot Camp podcast. Our intention is to awaken, enlighten, enrich, and inspire a simple and uncomplicated life. Discover the benefits of mindful living with your host, Timber Hawkeye.
Thanks to your continued and generous contributions through the support page on BuddhistBootCamp.com or Venmo at Timber Hawkeye, I was able to hire Sarah in Nairobi, Kenya, to transcribe all the podcast episodes so they are now available with closed captioning on YouTube for the deaf and hard of hearing. The captions are either embedded in the videos themselves or available by turning on the closed captioning option on older episodes. So thank you for your support on behalf of Sarah and everyone who will benefit from the closed captioning feature. For the Buddhist Boot Camp podcast to reach as many people as possible, it is available on all podcast platforms, including Spotify, which is now in 80 additional countries. And now that we have captions, Enrique in New York, for example, recently volunteered to translate episode 107 to Spanish. And if you can translate other episodes to any language, just let me know. There's a way to leave a note on the support page at BuddhistBootCamp.com. That's a lot of work and well worth the effort, which is what this episode is all about. We want everything in life to be easy, comfortable, and pleasant, which sounds harmless and innocent, but life has its difficult moments whether we like it or not, and while there's no way around them, there is a way through. The problem with wanting things to always be easy is that it stops us from intentionally pursuing challenging situations, which is where true growth begins. We learn more from trying and failing than we ever could from not trying at all. That's because life experiences have the potential to humble us, open our hearts, and fill us with gratitude. We achieve a sense of accomplishment from running a marathon, for example, not from winning it. Millions of people sign up specifically because triumph comes from effort. That is the achievement. Habitually choosing the path of least resistance ends up taking us farther from where we ultimately want to be, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. I'm not talking about actually running 26.2 miles. I'm talking about not whining about results we don't get from effort we refuse to make. Since the pandemic started, many of you have scheduled private one-on-one Zoom sessions with me where we regularly talk about ways to end the vicious cycle of complaining about things we actually can change. It starts when we acknowledge the difference between difficult and impossible. Why are we so quick to give up when things seem hard? Where did our childhood confidence go? Take something as simple as removing a screw from a piece of wood. It is possible but impractical to remove it with a butter knife. It's easier with an actual screwdriver and a breeze with a power drill. Spiritual practice is about developing new tools through sheer determination to get that screw unstuck. Whether that means using a nail file to remove it or diligently working for years to get that power drill, any progress is better than none. Determination, purpose, and intention propel us forward in life. Buddhism, as I see it, is the gentle vehicle that simultaneously acknowledges we are already perfect the way we are, yet we can all use a little improvement. There's no guilt, no shame, and no regrets, just experiments and lessons. That's why Zen practice, specifically, is about not turning away from painful thoughts or feelings, but turning toward them and looking at them directly until they are not so scary anymore. So don't avoid challenges. Get curious about them. They are there to challenge you, after all, not to stop you in your tracks. I will be the first to admit, however, that we all feel stuck in one way or another, whether it's in our way of thinking or our way of being. It's precisely why I frequently challenge myself to attempt what I have previously deemed too difficult or uncomfortable to even try. From transparent vulnerability or asking for help, understanding other people's opposing beliefs, finishing a project that I had started but neglected for far too long, climbing a mountain, or walking around the block. Whatever feels uncomfortable for you, start there. Don't stop there. Unscrew yourself, so to speak, and you'll be glad you did. To make any progress on the path, we need to get out of our own way. The same walls I once built and the armor I wore to protect myself in abusive situations in the past would work against me if I didn't let them go in the present. There is a lot to unpack in this episode, so start by questioning whether what you've deemed insurmountable is really just difficult. Sometimes all you need is some confidence and effort to put one foot in front of the other. I believe effort is a direct reflection of our dedication and commitment. Whether it's effort you put into your meditation, your exercise regimen, or your relationship, the more dedicated you are, the more effort you put forth, which is a very gentle way to say quit your whining. To quote The Shawshank Redemption, get busy living or get busy dying. Namaste.
Timber Hawkeye is the best-selling author of Faithfully Religionless and Buddhist Boot Camp. For additional information, please visit BuddhistBootCamp.com, where you can order autographed books to support the Prison Library Project, watch Timber's inspiring TED Talk, and join our monthly mailing list. We hope you have enjoyed this episode and invite you to subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. Thank you for being a soldier of peace in the army of love.